So my name is Catherine Leake, and I was teaching in Southern California about 10 years ago, and ended up with just a lot of my different students having needs and needing a place to stay. Ended up with a lot of them staying with me, and kind of through that decided I should probably get licensed so I don't have all these random kids in my home and nobody knows why. So I went through the process to become a foster parent, and then fostered there for about 4 years. And then I moved to Kansas and decided I wanted to continue fostering. Since I was single and teaching, I figured I might as well use my extra room and take in some kids. And really was very set on the fact that I would only foster. I didn't want to adopt as a single person. So had a number of placements that I was able to help reunify and work with their birth families. And then some of my kids showed up that had nowhere to go and needed a forever spot. And so now I have 6 forever kids that I've adopted, and I'm still fostering. So right now I just have one little guy that I'm fostering. So it's just me and the 7 little ones, and we'll keep doing it as long as it is the best thing for everyone. First and foremost, I just have been raised believing that every person matters, that everybody is just as valuable as anyone else. And particularly for me, my background is in special education. And, I've had the benefit of working with kids that maybe were not accepted by the general public, or maybe weren't seen as, maybe productive members of society or as valuable as everyone else. And I think, unfortunately, a lot of times foster children are also given that same kind of label where we don't have as high expectations, or people automatically assume that they're not capable of certain things, or that they're going to be a problem. And there's just a burning fire in me, I guess, to help people reach their potential. I believe that, my faith is a huge, huge part of that. I believe that God loves everyone as they are. And so this is my chance to love kids in the same way, and to just meet people where they are, families where they are. They're in the most broken part of their life when they're losing their kids. And sometimes having someone come alongside those families and those parents to show them that, hey, you're not alone, and this is really hard right now, but I can love on your kids so that you can get your kids back. And I think just seeing them make those baby steps and those small victories, it makes it all worth it. I just think there's been different hard things in different seasons. There's been times where definitely letting the kids go can be really, really hard, but that can be one of the most beautiful parts too. Some of these kids, I've been blessed to be able to continue to stay in their lives and encourage their parents. And so that's been a huge blessing. There's been times with certain kids and certain behaviors that it's been really discouraging when you don't see progress, or when you think things are going to turn out a certain way and they don't. Definitely, it's difficult with the turnover of caseworkers and things like that, where you build relationships and you invest in people and then everything is turned over. So I just think in different seasons, different things have been hard. It's never the hard that you expect. I feel like it usually comes from somewhere that I don't expect it to be hard in a certain case, but it's always worth it. It is always worth it with these kids. I think that there is such a myth that you need to wait. I think people, especially Americans, we have this thing, we're always waiting for the next season. I'll do something when I'm married, or I'll do something when my kids are a little older. I hear people say all the time, well, I'll foster when my kids are a little older, or I'll foster when I'm a little more financially stable, or whatever it is. But, for me, it always comes down to these kids didn't get to wait to be in foster care. They are in this by no fault of their own right now, and there's a need. And so absolutely, you can decide what kids are a good fit, what age are a good fit. You can decide, if you need kids that need to be in school because you're working, or whatever it is. But I absolutely would recommend it. There's a need, and there's a place for everyone to meet that need. And especially as single parents, I think we have a unique ability to be a little more flexible with the ages of kids and the kind of kids we take, because there aren't as many stipulations with having a spouse or a significant other. And I think also there are kids who need to only be with a girl or only be with a guy, and we have a unique ability to meet those needs as well, that a married couple couldn't.